Listen, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson might just be the stupidest fight of the century. That pussy going against someone of Mike's caliber is stupid as He may be old, but he would kill most people in the cage. Especially a wannabe boxer. That boy is expecting to fight an old man and make cash, but he might just lose his ear after this.
I don't think we see this again, Joe.
You never know. It can happen.
Jake Paul's favored.
He's a favorite. Yeah. Well, he's 27 years old, and he's a really good boxer. He's a very good boxer. Like, he's a legitimate professional boxer. He fought Tommy Fury, who's also a legitimate professional boxer, a real good one. He's Tyson Fury's younger brother, and he lost a close decision, but it was a good fight, a real good fight against a good fighter. He can fight.
Yeah.
But if that Mike Tyson from Marvis Frazier fought Jake Paul's dead. He's dead. He's not going to make it. So you have to say, how much has Mike Tyson lost from that 20-year-old guy in the 37 years since then, which is crazy. It'll be 38 by the time they fight. He'll have turned 58 by the time they actually fight.
Yeah, but that's the best it gets, right?
The best it gets.
The best it gets. After 37 years, you got to feel like he's lost some, but
he hasn't lost everything. He hasn't lost everything.
I got a funny question. You could answer this, but I have a funny question because I was laughing because when you fought Mike Tyson, y'all was playing around doing the exhibition thing. You held your ribs, like you wouldn't move your hand. Was something broke?
Wasn't nothing broke, but the referee told me, let him go. You think I'm finna let this crazy man go? And let him throw this right uppercut.
Yo, you was smothering that joke. You was not letting it happen.
Listen, have you seen what his uppercut has done to people twice my size? Referee said, let him go. I said, you let him go. I'm not finna let him go, not on me.
No,
bro. When you get away from this uppercut, I'll let him go.
Because the funny part, when I'm watching it, right, I'm like, Mike is like, it's real. Like, I'm like, yo, we supposed to do a little bit. Like, Mike, I think sometimes Mike just forget the switch goes back and forth.
That same monster, if you can control that motherfucker, then you're Mike Tyson.
You're Mike Tyson. But then that's why, like, he would see him skirt the line, right?
Yeah.
When he's talking to the reporter, that is still one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed. When he was on the stage and the reporter said something and Mike started talking about, if we were in jail, I would do this.
That's right.
Oh, my God.
I'd fuck you till you love me.
I'd fuck you till you love me. Joe, what? What?
Oh, my God.
But imagine that guy in that state trying to operate in the world with normal people like us.
Right.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
He's in jail.
Right.
Crazy.
It's crazy because the thing that made him great could also run away like a wildfire and burn everything around him.
Day 3. You still want to fuck?
Joke. It's a big joke. And if that's how much, consideration he has for the heavyweight championship, to fight somebody like Bert Cooper who quits. Bert Cooper the only, he's not even unranked. Bert Cooper quits. He's not even qualified to fight for the title. He's a quitter.
He's not in there with no punk. He think he's in there with some bully, some punk. I'm going to show him what a bully does. And then after the fight, we're going to show him what a bully is.
Who's this with? Who? And to this day, if I see Mike, there's a little nervousness for no reason.
For sure.
And it's not like he's coming in with this thing like I'm killing everybody. No, but he's
gentle.
He's the most loving man in the world. You talk to him, he's soft spoken, but there's still a little thing like, hey, is Mike gonna hit me?
My friend Kevin Lee said it best. Kevin Lee fights for the UFC. He said when he's sitting next to him, he goes, that's a lion. He goes, I'm sitting next to him. Like, is that Mike Tyson? He goes, that's a lion. He's like, you're sitting next to him, like, okay. I hope everything's cool.
Oh my God. It's, this fight, man, I just, wish him the best. I know he's back to training and stuff. You just want him to be safe and healthy in his time. But, that's a man I don't ever count out. But goddamn, seeing him just put up those little displays of
terrifying
fight, it's what?
Face the God of War. And get ready, baby. Fire in the house.
It's okay, but you got out of harm's way. That's 30 seconds. You moved your head. You did okay.
Crazy. He bit a chunk of his ear off.
He couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
He couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
He was in a situation where he wasn't the man because he was so used to being the biggest, baddest mug in there. And in a situation where he wasn't, he goes, I have to go primal. Wow. You bite a motherfucker. He bit that motherfucker. Can you? And Evander Holyfield has somehow forgiven him.
Evander's amazing.
Dude, I love Evander Holyfield.
How good was he?
He was the best, bro.
How good was he? What a warrior.
What
a warrior. In those Tyson fights, because he had to endure.
Yeah, he did.
You know, I mean, Tyson put it on him, and he endured.
All of them.
Remember those Riddick Bowe fights?
That's the
My
ones.
God.
The Riddick Bowe fights.
God. Now we got to think like the Tyson fights after the Riddick Bowe fight.
Yes.
Which is even kind of crazy.
Riddick Bowe was good.
Riddick Bowe was
Those
good.
guys were good.
Those
Riddick
guys
Bowe.
were good.
Evander Holyfield.
He bit his leg.
Oh, he did bite his leg.
Tyson was forced to pay Lewis around $360,000 for biting his leg.
Big Don don't give a damn about what he says. You think I care about what him or anyone else says about me? I've been called things that he can't even pronounce. So what the hell do I care if someone's saying something to me?
I felt that was the Tyson documentary.
That was strong. That was strong.
Dude, there's the time when he's talking about walking into the ring, that as he steps in the ring, like all the nervousness, all the things that going through his head, and that as his confidence builds, as he gets towards the ring and he steps through the ropes, I'm a god. When he says that, I'm like, holy shit. My goosebumps are popping up. I was like, oh my God.
That's the Dos Equis man to me.
Yeah.
That's the Dos Equis man to me.
It's crazy he's fighting again.
That is the Dos Equis man to me. The most interesting man in America. That Mike Tyson is that. There are so many different levels and pieces of death to Mike Tyson and his story. It's one of the strongest docs I've ever seen.
You saw abs when he came out of prison. Remember that?
I guess so.
When he fought Peter McNeely, dude, he was prison jacked. That was like maybe the scariest Tyson ever. Like they finally released him, and all he'd been doing in jail
was working out.
I don't think he could box in jail, so I think he was just lifting weights. Remember, he was super duper jacked when he got out of jail.
Let's see. Can I see a picture?
He was See, go to Tyson versus that's Tyson versus Peter McNeely. That was in 1995.
Yeah, he looks good there. Yeah,
dude, he looks
really
terrifying. Good. That was the most terrifying looking Tyson ever. He just looked like he was made out of steel. Just a tank of a man. Arms, and I'll never forget the fucking weigh-in, or the stare-down, rather. Because during the stare-down, Peter McNeely signed up for that fight knowing that he's a tough guy who's going to take a fucking vicious beating. That's what he signed up for. He knew what he was doing. He knew he was going to give it his all, but he knew if you had to bet, most people were not betting on Peter McNeely.
Yeah.
But you could see it in Tyson's face when he's staring him down. There's this crazy, he's following him everywhere he goes, like a predator, dude. It's like a predator who can't wait to get the green light to let the genie out of the bottle.
KO. Stiff. KO. Muito bom, Mike. Really good, Mike. Just one more.
Look at this.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Bro, he just puts him away. Just puts him away. It's an execution. It was just a matter of Mike Tyson closing the distance. This Mike Tyson, as fast as he was, as hard as he hits, I maintain he's the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest heavyweight ever. Like that Mike Tyson, those fights were, you wanted to see executions. You didn't think anybody was going to beat him. Everybody he fought looked like they were about to die when they were in that ring. I had him in here for the podcast. He said he didn't want to stoke his ego. He didn't want to work out. He goes, because if I work out, my ego fires up. There he is.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit here.
But you know, like that's interesting. But that's just shadow boxing. What was crazy is he's training with Rafael Cordeiro, who's one of the best MMA trainers, one of the best striking trainers in the world. He came from a legendary camp out of Brazil, Curitiba, Brazil, called Chuta Box. It's like the legendary team of marauders from Brazil. They were like the golden glory days of Pride. Pride was a competitor to the UFC. Was defined in a lot of ways. The glory days were defined by this one team from Brazil that Rafael Cordeiro was a part of. And then that guy training Mike Tyson now, and he's been super successful training mixed martial arts fighters too. But I found it very interesting that Mike chose to train with that guy and to see the way they're going at it. I mean, he's not boxing. He's trying to destroy motherfuckers.
Listen, I respect the trainer.
Holyfield should knock him out within 2 rounds, maybe 1. But if I fought him, I would kill him.
He knows what he's gonna get. He's good. He's a great fighter and all that, but you out of your league, man. One thing you gotta understand, you ain't no fear of me.
I'ma like this. I'm gonna have a good time in this fight. We're in the hurt business. Yeah, I want to hurt him.
But it was actually very, very entertaining as well. Y'all did an excellent job. But I always wondered, like, I was like, what if Mike go ham? Because a couple times Mike was revving up. I think he was like, whoa, and I was like, please don't kill my cousin, man.
He almost broke your cousin ribs. And what he did do one time that I thought I was one of the slickest guys in boxing, right?
Right.
He took them laces one time, got close. And I took the laces, and they used to call it lacing. And Roberto Duran was good about stuff like that, right?
Right.
Because the lace of the gloves right here. Can you imagine how that feel going up your face?
Oh.
Yeah. He did it.
Oh, he did it.
He did it. He sure did. He did it.
So listen, man.
Because he don't know how to play.
Oh my God, Roy, you got me coughing on my
I'm just
show,
telling you what the truth is. He don't know how to
He's
play.
in that God of War mode, and that he's still got that in him. And I'm telling you, if you keep giving that guy hormones and you keep giving that guy supplements and he's constantly training, hear this. Look at this.
What are you eating? Raw meat. Seriously, Mike, you're eating raw meat? Are you swallowing it, or remember you used to spit that stuff out?
I'm gonna have to eat it now because my opponent's gonna be raw meat.
That's right. You look like 20 years old.
Now, I saw the beginning of this interview where he had a shirt on, right?
Yeah.
And he was sweating so much he had to take the.
He took his shirt off, and they just put the microphone on his shoulder. Yeah. Bro, he's in savage mode right now. He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Oh, bro! If I'm fighting this guy and I see he's eating raw meat, I call the fucking thing off.
It's all the experiences that he has had as a conqueror.
The only thing I was treated different than other inmates was that I was treated worse than they were because I was Mike Tyson. And God forbid if any of those guys went in prison after some of those Holyfield and all those guys said them nasty things about, God knows what they would have been doing because they might not have been able to take it.
Changed the shape of the table because of him. This table was, we had the table that was this size at the old studio, and at the new studio, I was like, maybe we'll make the table smaller. It'll be more intimate. It'll be closer to the guests. So we had Mike Tyson in when he was 300 pounds. And he was just eating and having fun and smoking weed. He goes, I don't even work out. He goes, if I work out, it'll excite myself. It'll excite my ego. And then I don't like that person. So he just decided that he was just going to be chill Mike Tyson. And then he got this offer to fight Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
So he gets in insane shape. And the next time I see him, the second podcast we do, Mike now weighs 230 pounds, and he's got these muscles in his forearms. So he's sitting there, and he's a different human. He's so intense that I was like, if this table was closer to him, I would be nervous. Like, I wouldn't be able to do my best job as a podcaster. That's the reason why this table is this width. This is the second podcast I did with Mike Tyson. Even Jamie. I think you can't maintain the kind of focus that was required to be this guy. Marvis looks fucking terrified, and he should be. Because he kind of knows. Marvis was a good fighter. Marvis was a good fighter. But this is just a terrifying mismatch. Like, if I was a Vegas odds maker, I would put this at 1,000,000 to 1. I'm like, he has to break his leg. Like, he has to fall down and twist an ankle. Like, otherwise, so Tyson was 20 and Frazier was 25.
So do you think this is the last we see of a guy like a Tyson? Is there another Tyson out there, or is it?
They can always emerge. The combat sports always. So this is the beginning of the fight. Look, he's just moving forward. And Frazier's just trying to just bob and weave and find his openings, but Mike never gives you any time, man. He never gives you any time. He's always right in front of you. And he's just measuring you. And it's just a matter of time before he catches you. And here it is. I did my podcast twice. And the first time he did it, Mike was like heavier. He was smoking weed all the time. He was so chill. It's like, wow. It's like Mike Tyson is like such a sweet guy. And then Mike Tyson signed up for the Roy Jones fight.
Yep.
And the next time he came in, he was 225.
Yeah.
Forearms were jacked, and he was intense.
Yeah.
And I made a decision to make the table wider on my podcast studio because I was so nervous being that close to him.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I gotta have a little just to separate like from really intense people so I can collect my thoughts.
Yeah, he tapped back into that thing, right? He had suppressed it. When you saw him, and he was friendly, and he was nice, and he was smoking.
He was still friendly. He was still cool as fuck. But this was the real Mike Tyson.
But that was the guy.
That's
because
the
he
guy.
tapped back into that monster.
He found it.
Because you gotta have the monster.
Have to.
In order to be a world champion in any type of combat sport, you have to have that monster.
Yeah.
A legit monster inside of you that doesn't really live in the real world. Because in the real world, he doesn't work.
Right.
In the real world, if you can't put that monster away at times,
right,
you don't work in life.
Let's watch it because it's one of my favorite fights to watch Tyson. Because it's Tyson in his prime where he was fucking terrifying. He was so fast. And he would do angles and he was bobbing and weaving. You couldn't hit him. And he was just coming at you. And he was young. He was 20 years old at the time. He couldn't be stopped. No one had the solution. And I submit that Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that won the title against Trevor Berbick, the Mike Tyson that beat Larry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody fucks with him. It just he didn't maintain that form, and he wound up losing to Buster Douglas. And I look at fighters when they're in their absolute prime, like what have you ever seen that was better than this? And with Mike Tyson, I've never seen anybody better. I've never seen any fighter, even Ali in his prime, even Ali when he was Cassius Clay. I never saw anybody who looked like Mike Tyson in his prime.
I just want to show him that I'm the best fighter in the world. All the shit I hear about him, the toughest guy, the biggest heart, I don't buy that.
Listen, I read the paper. He know what he said. Everyone knows what he says. If he's not man enough to say it, then that's on him. Like he said, we got to fight anyway. So if you're mad, you're already in the fight. So we have to fight.
I'm the best ever. There's no one that can match me. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.